Let's talk about what it's like to be the partner of a narcissist. If your partner is a narcissist or has strong narcissistic traits, you either feel like the most special person in the world, or you feel like you can't do anything right. And usually it's the second one. It is so painful being the partner of a narcissist because you're almost always being disregarded or belittled. Narcissists believe strongly that they are in the unique position of having all the right information. They truly believe that they know better than everyone else all the time. They believe that they're special in a way that no one else is. They deserve special regard and special treatment. Not surprisingly, narcissists tend to be arrogant and entitled. Narcissists automatically disregard and invalidate their partner's feelings, opinions, thoughts, wants, and needs. They're not interested in anyone else's perspectives or opinions because they're not the right ones, period. In a narcissist's mind, it's very clear. Everyone needs to either fall in line with them or that person is an idiot. In other words, if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, the only way to not be seen as a total idiot is if you believe that the narcissist always knows best. And even if you do fall in line, you're still treated as if your opinions and your needs don't matter. Your goals are disregarded because, again, they're not the right ones, or just because they're yours. You're likely to be criticized all the time about everything. You can't do anything right. You're obviously not as smart as your partner, so your ideas have no merit in their eyes. The bottom line is they don't respect you, and there's nothing that you can do to make them respect you because you're not them. You're expected to follow along with whatever your partner wants. This is a big one. Narcissists are controlling. They believe that they know best always, so they feel very strongly about things going the way that they want them to go. They tend to get angry or dysregulated if things don't go how they should go. Narcissists will try to control you. They might tell you that the clothes you like are wrong, or your friends aren't good enough, or you need to get a higher degree before they'll take you seriously. Narcissists try to control their environment. This could be the temperature in the house having to be whatever temperature they say is the correct one, regardless of how it feels to other people. They also try to control the narrative. They'll promote whatever version of reality they want everyone to believe. Their version of the truth is not to be questioned, and anyone who does question it is automatically an idiot. Based on all of this, it's no surprise that anyone who spends a lot of time with a narcissist is likely to feel bad about themselves. Narcissists believe that only a few elite people in the world have as much worth as they do. You certainly are not one of those people, and they're not unclear or quiet about that. Narcissists have no problem treating you like you're an idiot for two reasons. One, they believe you are an idiot. And two, they don't care about your feelings. They don't care if they make you feel bad. Narcissists believe that if you feel bad, that's your problem. You could have avoided feeling bad if you just did everything they said because they know what's right. So you don't deserve any sympathy, empathy, or compassion if you feel bad. And as a bonus, because they're not able to empathize and they're not willing to support you when you're in pain, you end up holding a lot of pain by yourself. And that just makes life feel even harder. If this is resonating, it's important to understand narcissism. Once you understand that the poor treatment you've been receiving is because your partner has an incorrect view of you and your worth, you can start to not take it personally. The goal is to not take in their criticism and disregard because you know it's not actually about you. That gives you space to start reclaiming your self-esteem. You may need to relearn that you're worthy and you deserve respect and regard. Okay, so given all of this, why are you with a narcissist? Well, if you grew up with a narcissistic parent, this type of relationship dynamic is going to be familiar. And even when it's harmful to us, we tend to go after what's familiar. But even without having a narcissistic parent, you may have been totally swept off your feet as your partner initially made you feel like you were the most incredible person that they'd ever met. Initially, you were probably drawn to your partner because they seemed really charming and confident and maybe even powerful. That charming part is super compelling. Narcissists can turn on the charm when they think it's going to get them what they want. When your partner decided that they wanted you, they shone their light on you and you felt seen and admired and special and everything you'd ever wanted to feel. The feeling of being loved by a narcissist is truly intoxicating, but it's also an illusion. Narcissists don't do relational relationships like most of the rest of us. This is important information in understanding what's happening in your relationship. When we're in a relationship with someone, we're genuinely interested in that person. The relationship is about the people in it. When a narcissist is in a relationship, it's almost always a transactional relationship. They're trying to get something. So if they make you feel good, they expect you to give them what they want, which might be admiration, sex, or something like a job. Once they get what they want, or they no longer need anything from you, they're going to go back to treating you like you don't matter. You now serve a different purpose, so you get treated differently. That's confusing to most of us, the fact that we get treated so wildly differently at different times. Once we understand that for the narcissist, it's about the transaction, not the person, it starts to make more sense. They don't care about us. They care about what we can do for them. This is obviously not going to make us feel good about ourselves. Quite the opposite. When our partner is a narcissist, it has a huge impact on how we see ourselves. We start to see ourselves like they see us. Our self-esteem gets worse. Our tendency to doubt ourselves increases. And we become less decisive as we feel like we have to check in about what our partner thinks or what they want. Our sense of empowerment goes way down. We lose belief in ourselves and we stop trying. We lose motivation to take risks or go after our goals and dreams as we get more convinced that our goals and dreams are dumb and that we don't have what it takes to get there anyway. Being constantly criticized and told that you're wrong and that you don't matter is going to make you believe this. When we live with a narcissist, we also tend to become socially isolated. As we get more insecure about our worth, we more easily believe that our friends don't really like us that much. We may also not want anyone to witness the way that we're treated by our partner. Or our friends may not want to be around our partner. Having a narcissistic partner can do so much damage to our self-esteem and our lives. And the thing is that we might not realize what's happening. Our partner is always going to point the finger at us as the problem. They're never going to take responsibility for any harm they cause, which can leave us believing that we are the problem. We believe the narrative they're feeding us. We believe that we really are inadequate, not good enough, and not worth respect, whatever it is that they tell us. We can't work on fixing the problem if we're focused on the wrong thing. So if we just keep trying to be better and be enough to be worth our partner's respect, we're going to stay stuck. Our worth will remain in our partner's hands. Once we realize what's going on and that our partner's treatment of us is very problematic, we can start to make real changes. We can work on not accepting their version of reality. We don't have to accept the belief that they're always right, and we never are. We don't have to accept their belief that they're worth more than we are. It is really important to know that our partner is not likely to change. They aren't interested in changing. They believe that they know best and that they're always right, so why would they change? So our goal is not necessarily to convince them that we have as much worth as they do and that we deserve as much respect as they do. Our goal is to detach from the message they send that we aren't enough. You want to be able to disregard that kind of a message the same way that you would disregard a message that the earth is flat. You wouldn't even have to think about it. If you're interested in getting there, if you're interested in detaching from your partner's perspective and reminding yourself of your worth, check out my other videos and my articles about dealing with narcissists. It's not easy. My mom was a narcissist, and for years I felt like my worth depended on her approval. So I know how hard it is. But understanding the impact that your narcissistic partner has on you is a really good start. I'm Dr. Suzanne Manser. I'm a clinical psychologist, a therapist, and the author of the self-help memoir, I Hate You, A Love Letter to My Mother. Follow me for more tips on creating a fulfilling life.